Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Josh, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about some more Godzilla vs. Kong toy news, right? So before I get into the topic of the video, we found a whole bunch of like new stuff that's going around, not just with Playmates, but with NECA as well. I posted a couple of videos about it as well, short videos, kind of showing off some of the new stuff. So I'm going to give you guys just a small little recap about that. So NECA Toys had just announced that they're going to make a King Kong 1933 dinosaur accessory set, which is pretty nice, and it comes with two dinosaurs from the original movie, the black and white film, of course. And judging by the pictures, of course, it comes with the pterodactyl and of course some kind of weird dinosaur creature thingy that a lot of people have assumed that it's most likely like an earlier version of the skull crawler. And it is definitely possible for sure. I mean, it's hard for me to say since it's been a while since I've seen the film, but that is very interesting. But since this was announced recently, there is no official date on when it will come out. And on top of some other news, the one that I'm really excited for is the two new Godzilla and Kong variants that have been around the internet called the Battle Roar figures. You got the Battle Roar Godzilla and Battle Roar Kong, which are basically two figures that have like, well, the action feature where if you press like a button, it roars, it makes a sound. It's interesting. I mean, they look nice. They look pretty interesting. I like Godzilla a lot. Kong, he looks pretty interesting too, even though admittedly he does look a little bit funny, but hey, it's whatever, I guess. And last but not least, we also got more pictures, some little clips kind of showing off the new Godzilla and Kong and versus Kong mega figures. And basically those are the huge, massive 13-inch figures that have like action features and they come with a little soldier. And they are rumored to come out somewhere around mid-February or the end of February or maybe even early March. So we know that they're coming soon. There's just no exact date on when. And, obviously that gets pretty annoying. What really doesn't help, though, is that there is a possibility that they might cost around $40 just to get one. So that's kind of. Playmates, you're killing my wallet. You really are. I mean, with NECA, I understand because it's a collector's company, but still. But anyway, I'm not here to argue about that. Today, we're going to be talking about I wouldn't say the future of the line, but like what else is in store, really? Because the fact that the Battle Roar figures, basically, this is sort of kind of where the idea came from for the video that I'm discussing, right? Basically, what I'm trying to say here is that does Playmates plan on creating variants or more figures just based on the two characters itself? You know what I mean? The Battle Roar figures, they just kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, this all kind of goes back to that blurry picture that came out last year or a little while ago showing off Playmates having like a whole sort of set of like the new figures based on the film. We saw Mecha Godzilla, we saw like a whole bunch of figures there. And I think it's safe to say that a lot of people just pretty much assume that what we see is what we're going to get, but that's obviously not the case. Of course, in most recent, there was also the Godzilla vs. Kong minifigures, the small 2.5-inch figures that have no date really on when they're coming out. They just kind of randomly appeared on eBay. Some people are kind of wondering if they are bootlegs or if they are actually the real deal. A lot of the information about this is very scarce, right? So basically, what I'm trying to say here is that it's very interesting to see that Playmates put a lot of good intentions and dedications to like their new figures and all that. And I find it quite interesting too that out of nowhere, just complete nowhere, these were pictures that came from China actually, showing off the two new figures. And I even put my last video too, I even posted that the back was revealed and everything, and it's like, wow, and it kind of makes you wonder, does the company plan on making more variants of these two characters? Like, are we gonna get like a set with Godzilla with like a building or something like that? Or are we gonna get like something kind of similar with that? Playmates, the problem with this company is that they're very scarce when it comes to information like this. They'll say one thing and they'll announce something, but then they'll put a little bit of something extra on the side that they don't mention it until like the last minute or just pretty much out of nowhere. And the company's been known for doing this for years now, you know? Even with their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy line, there were definitely times where they were pretty silent on some of their new stuff, right? A perfect example would be during season 4 of the 2012 Ninja Turtle show. That's the CGI one from Nickelodeon, where the season 4 was going to take place like in outer space and we're going to get like space turtles, but then what they didn't announce that we were also going to be getting an April figure and a Casey Jones figure in space and all that. So it's just to kind of give you an idea of what we're dealing with when it comes to Playmates. They're basically known for being a little bit quiet when it comes to this sort of information, and it does get pretty annoying at times, you know, but hey, at least we get some cool figures, right? I mean, I thought personally that the figures were pretty neat for the most part. And the reason why I wanted to make this video as well is that I've noticed a pattern when it comes to the Godzilla vs. Kong toy line. You'll notice now, obviously, these figures are coming out in a set of waves. We have wave 1 already, and then we have wave 2. But we're, of course, kind of waiting a little bit on how wave 2 is going to turn out, right? But I noticed something about these figures, and it all goes down to a number, and that number is 6, right? You'll notice a very important detail when it comes to that number, because in wave 1, we have an average of 6 figures that came out, and in wave 2, it looks like 6 more figures are coming out. And then on top of that, we have 6 minifigures that were pretty much revealed, right? Now I know what you're thinking right now, and no, it's not the devil's phone number. We're not going into that territory. It's nothing like that, I swear. What I'm trying to say is that if you look at wave 1, right? Just wave 1 alone, right? And wave 2, but basically I'm gonna put it down to this, right? We got Godzilla with Radio Tower, Godzilla with Heat Ray, Skullcrawler with Heave, Kong with Battle Axe, and then of course you got the ginormous Giant Godzilla and Giant Kong, which were 11-inch figures. So that goes down to 6 figures. 2 Godzillas, a Kong and a Skullcrawler, and then 2 giant figures. That makes 6, right? And now let's jump into wave 2. Wave 2, you had Kong with Fighter Jet, Warbat with Osprey, Mega Kong, Mega Godzilla, and now you got pretty much Battle Roar Godzilla and Battle Roar Kong. And those are a whole 6 figures. So there you go. Same goes for the minifigures, basically. You got Godzilla, Kong, Skullcrawler, Warbat, Hellhawk, and Behemoth. The number 6, basically, right? So that kind of gives me a hint, right? It gives everyone a hint to what to expect from this line. Does that mean that the next wave of figures are also going to come with 6 figures? What will they be? We don't know. We know that Mechagodzilla is going to be in the film, so eventually we are going to have to see his figure. And there's also rumors coming out that Mechagodzilla also has his own variant, and that variant is called the Dark Mechagodzilla with Laser. And I found out about this information through a video on YouTube showing a guy, he put some kind of barcode in the Walmart website and it pretty much pops up. This is also how we found out that there is a possibility that maybe Rodan might be getting his own figure, as well as a Skullcrawler repaint variant, you know? So it kind of gives you an idea. Does that mean that we might also get more variants of Godzilla and Kong, right? So we're not only going to get just the basic assortment, right? We're also going to be getting more crazy variants. But do we know that for sure? No. The reason why I want to make this video is because these figures are honestly amazing. And, you know, it'll be kind of like a little bit sad to see that they won't be making any more of just the main characters. Whoops. You get what I mean, right? You know, these are 2 very iconic characters clashing together. So you know that if you made more figures of these guys, just variants alone, they will sell. And I'm not looking at this through a money-grabbing kind of perspective. I'm just saying this as a fan and a collector. And I know that you guys love this stuff as well, so that's why I wanted to make this video. Because there's a lot of possibilities. but also a lot of mysteries. We don't know for sure what information is going to go out here. A lot of it is very vague. Sometimes we do get a lot of nice official stuff, and sometimes we don't. For an example, there are rumors that Behemoth might be getting his own basic 6-inch figure, but that is unclear at the moment. But then again, why wouldn't they? Look at the minifigures for an example. Uh, Out of all those figures, though, the only ones that didn't get the 6-inch treatment is Hellhawk and Behemoth. So well, with Hellhawk, it's a little bit different because you know that he's kind of a very small creature. So I wouldn't be surprised if they made like some sort of weird pack where there's like a whole bunch of him or something. I don't know. I'm not saying that this is true. This is just a guessing game. This is just rumors and ideas that are going around the internet and stuff that I've just pretty much come up with too, because I like to create my own little thesis and all that as well. You know what I mean? So we got that going on. So basically what I'm trying to say is, hey, Playmates, what else do you got? You know? Yeah, you're kind of killing our wallets here, but you know what? These are surprisingly, decently nice figures. And it's really, with the possibilities, it's pretty much endless at this point. You know what I mean? Like, the fact that they've managed to make like figures just based on the characters just growling and roaring, that's pretty interesting. And even then, the figures look pretty good themselves, you know? I mean, look at Godzilla and that pose, like him screeching or whatever noise he makes, right? And then you got the Kong figure that's making that whole pounding chest thing. And it's like, wow, like I can't wait to get those, you know? I know that these are figures meant for children, but like, I mean, when you're a collector, just because you're a collector, that doesn't mean that you're childish either. You know what I mean, though? Like I said before, these are two iconic characters, so it wouldn't be a surprise if we saw more figures of just these two characters alone. So that begs the question: will Playmates be making more variants of these characters? Who knows? We don't know. But hey, there are a lot of possibilities, and you never know. You know what I mean? You really, really never know. I mean, there's even a situation right now with the Wave 2 figures themselves, like Kong with Fighter Jet and Warbat with Osprey. They've already appeared in places like the UK and Canada, so eventually they're just bound to come here eventually. So, like, what's taking so long? Obviously, information is very scarce because of we're in the COVID-19 pandemic. So obviously, things are a little bit confusing right now. You get a lot of information that contradicts each other, and then you get like, hey, it's going to come out this month, but then it gets delayed to this month. The same thing happens with the movie, not just with Godzilla versus Kong, but with other movies as well, where they were originally going to come out at a certain date, but then they just kind of get scrambled, and now they're coming out in other stuff. And we should be lucky for the most part that at least the movie is actually coming earlier than we thought. I feel bad for Japan, to be honest, because they won't get to see the movie till May and we get to see it in March. So that, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say for the most part regarding the toy line and all. I don't really have much to say really though. I mean, obviously variants, it usually depends on the person whether if they're into that or not. I really do love, what's kind of going on with the line. These are very fun figures, I'm not happy with the mega figures because they're really nice, but they are really expensive. And let's be fair here, they probably are $40. I'm not saying that it's not worth it, but I said it once and I'll say it again. Playmates, you're killing our wallets. You really are. But you know what? At least it's worth it in the end. I mean, come on, look how amazing this is. Nice, like clear, translucent plastic here, and it's a decent figure. Face is a little bit off, but that's kind of the joy, I guess, because Godzilla has always made weird, goofy faces throughout his lifetime. So I guess it's to be expected, even though this is on merchandising. But I mean, whoops. I mean, what else can we say, really? That's all. Honestly, that's all I really have to say, really, for this video. So I'm just gonna pretty much end it here. Hopefully, I'll do another video tomorrow. I love doing videos like these, so I'm always gonna come up with some sort of weird topics and all that. I do have a lot to talk about. I do want to talk about some Ultraman news, so hopefully I'll get to that tomorrow. Uh, if things go well. And yeah, you guys know how I do it. I always update you if I find some new stuff. I'll post it and whatever. So there you go. That's all I got to say. So I'm gonna end it right here. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. And stay safe out there. And get ready. Get ready whenever they come out. That's all I have to say. Get ready.